I think the Irfan Ali administration, I'm not quite sure that they understand the seriousness of what is happening. It's either they don't understand, or the more likely scenario is that they don't care. I think when you juxtapose the situation happening in the judiciary with what is happening in our police, let's as Guyanese, let's take an objective look at this thing.
Yeah.
You have a police force that is riddled with scandal after scandal about corruption, about the commissioner himself admitted to collecting monies on behalf of police. We have a police officer, over 200 charges before the court. In the midst of an obvious breakdown of the police force, Irfan Ali hastened to confirm the appointments of Police Commissioner Hickey, even though he's past the age, and some other top brass of the police force. Now, what is the excuse then for not appointing two clearly very competent women to the judiciary, to the two top posts? They've been acting in it for some years, and it is therefore unfathomable to me, and I wish Irfan would explain it, because I noticed a very asinine statement in the media about appointing a chancellor and a chief justice that could take the judiciary to a place that we could be proud of. Is Irfan saying that these two women are not capable of taking our judiciary to a place that we could be proud of? What complicates this matter more is that arguably the Chief Justice has ruled in favor of the government in more instances than not. So I'm going through this systematically to sort of see if there is along the way some reason that these two very competent ladies cannot be appointed. Now, when you look across the entire situation, you can't fault anybody for concluding that it is because these two women are Black Guyanese, Afro-Guyanese, that it is because they are women, or that there is some reluctance to appoint them to their substantive position. That is the only logical conclusion for anybody looking on to come to. Because you can't accuse them of incompetence. You can't accuse them of corruption. And like I said, in fact, they've ruled for you more times than not. So what then is the problem? And I'm going to say this situation highlights, and I know that got, people from the police and national security and so on filming and recording, so I hope they hear this very loud and clear. This situation, and I am here, let me make this very clear, in my capacity as a professional woman, as an Afro-Guyanese woman, because I have a difficulty with the message this situation is sending, and that is that it does not matter how competent or how qualified you are as a Black woman in this country, that unless you are willing to be seen as kissing some ring somewhere, your appointment to your substantive position is jeopardized. And I have a difficulty with that, because it's sending a message to the next generation of women in Guyana that it doesn't matter how much you go to school, how much you study, how much you qualify yourself, how much you excel, that you're being given the acknowledgement that you deserve is left to the mercy of a government and of a political system that would confirm a commissioner of police riddled with allegations of corruption. But these two eminent jurists that have served, you have a problem. with confirming them. And I have a difficulty with that message being sent to the next generation of Guyanese women. You see, these women are at an intersection of gender and of race. And it is unfortunate. So Irfan, you need to come with a very good explanation as to why these two women are not yet confirmed. Because I want you to understand, you look small on the international stage. So it doesn't matter the grandiose plans that you announce. You look petty. When you have two women who are qualified for the job and you can't appoint them as yet, and making asinine statements about, taking judicial to a place that we could be proud of. Is the police force at the place that we could be proud of, but you confirm the commissioner nonetheless? So you need to come with better, because Guyana is at the point where we deserve leaders who can lead, and not leaders who are going to be petty in the way they operate. Okay. So until and unless Irfan Ali and his government could demonstrate to the people of Guyana that there is some reason that we don't know of, that these two eminent jurists can be confirmed in the position, and I will add that the leader of the opposition has given his no objection as is required by the Constitution, so there is no visible impediment to them being appointed. Until he so appoints, I will directly accuse him of being racist, of being sexist, because I could see no other reason as to why these women are not appointed.
Amanza, the Bar Association.
I can't speak for the Bar Association.
It should have some
I can't
role.
speak for the Legal Association. I could speak for me as an Afro-Guyanese woman and as a political leader in this country. This situation is unacceptable. And I want other Guyanese, I want all Guyanese brothers and sisters to understand that when you sit down in your home and you grumble about, Irfan is being very unfair to these women by not confirming them, but you do not think it necessary to come out here and sound your voice, the direction that this country takes, we will have no one to blame but ourselves. Because we have a duty to stand up and speak up, irrespective of the cost. And I really commend these organizations that came out here today to make their voices heard. And every professional woman who has worked, who has studied, who has spent sleepless nights juggling family, work, and studies ought to understand that they have a stake in the outcome of this. So this is not a struggle we could outsource to anybody. This is something that we have to be directly concerned about. So I can't tell you about the Bar Association and the other organizations. The fact that this matter was spoken about at the level of the CCJ and lamented about at the level of the CCJ, and the Bar Association does not think it fit to somehow sound their voices in support, says a lot about their leadership, about what they are about, and about the fact that they seem to be happy with the direction Guyana is going in.